All right, the discounts have been announced, the dates have been announced, the Sephora Spring Bonus is upon us, and your favorite beauty influencers are about to flood your feed with guides on how to shop the sale, full of great recommendations for products that they think that you should pick up. And as a person who loves beauty but also loves intentional shopping, I thought I might do a bit of an anti-guide. Don't get me wrong, I am a tried and true beauty enthusiast. I love makeup, I love skincare, I live it and breathe in it every single day. It makes me so happy. But the truth is, I have a lot. My collection is quite large. And so over the years, I've been shopping the sale a little bit more intentionally. And in this video, I'm going to talk about my tips for not overspending and not feeling regret after your big Sephora sale haul. I love watching the shopping guides from my favorite beauty influencers. They always recommend such fantastic products, and I'm looking forward to watching them ahead of shopping for this season's sale. However, I really wish more beauty influencers would recommend setting a budget as a part of your prep for the sale. It's really important that you set a budget. There isn't a single beauty product on the face of the planet worth endangering your financial future for. And if you're taking money away from your rent budget or your food budget or your transportation budget to pay for a beauty product, that's just what you're doing. You're endangering your financial future for a foundation or an eyeshadow palette. And that doesn't make any sense. And in the future, your future self will really have a lot of regret about those purchases. So it's really important that you set a budget, that it's a real number, that it's based on your financial context. If your financial context is a bit more fortunate, maybe you have a big budget this year. And if that's the case, awesome, and have lots of fun shopping. But if your case is a little bit more challenged, if financially you really don't have as much to work with, it's really important that you respect that reality. And if your budget is $20 or $0, it's still important that you respect that reality. It is much better for you to miss out on the sale this time than to miss out on the financial benefits of spending your money properly and spending your money responsibly that you would enjoy in the future if you skipped out on spending money on things that you can't really afford in the present. Another thing that helps me shop for beauty much more responsibly is the fact that I set money aside regularly for my beauty budget. And I really recommend that you do the same. I set aside $20 a week every week for my beauty budget. It goes into a separate checking account that I use specifically for shopping beauty. Now, for me, that makes sense because beauty is my passion. I love makeup products, I love skincare products, and I'm looking around and choosing and shopping for them all the time. But I'm not necessarily purchasing something all the time. So over time, that $20 a week builds up. And when I decide I'm ready to make a purchase, there's just about always something there that I can spend from. And when there isn't, I choose not to spend at that time. Now, financial advisors recommend this all the time. It's called pay yourself first. You're honest with yourself about your hobbies and your interests, the things that you do regularly that cost money, and you set aside a specific amount of money regularly to accommodate that interest. Because the truth is, you're gonna do it anyway. Whether your hobby was crafting or eating out or going to the movies or beauty, if you pay yourself first, then you'll always make sure that you have money aside for that, and you won't be taking money from important other budget line items like rent or transportation or food. $20 a week is what makes sense for me in my financial context. My financial context is different from yours, so I'm not recommending that you set aside $20 a week. $20 a week might be way too much based on your financial situation, or it could be that you can afford to put aside more than that from week to week. It also might be that week to week isn't the right cadence for you. It might make more sense to put money away every 2 weeks or once a month. It really doesn't matter how often you do it or how much you do, as long as it makes sense in your financial context and you do it in a way that you can stick to, that you're not pulling from that little budget whenever you want for other things so that when the sale comes up or when a product comes up that you want to purchase, that money isn't there for you, and you're again tempted to steal from budget line items that are really important like rent or food or transportation. The cool thing about doing this, saving money regularly for your beauty budget or for whatever hobby it is that you are excited about and are going to spend money on regularly, is that over time it puts you in a position where you can really purchase exciting things that you might normally think are out of your price range. So if you are putting away $20 $10 a month or $20 a week or whatever it is that works for you, and you do that for an extended period of time, when the Sephora sale comes around, you have this nice cushy budget that you can spend for because you have been putting money aside regularly every single week or every single month. That's the situation that I'm in. I have been putting that $20 away every single week for a couple of years. I really tend to keep my spending to sale periods, and then only sporadically throughout the year I'll pick up an essential. And so I really haven't spent very much on beauty since the last sale in November. So I have a budget of around $400, which is crazy. Like, I honestly don't even think I'll be able to spend that much. But the only reason that's happened is because I committed really, really hard to putting that $20 a week away and not touching it unless I was making a beauty purchase. A great way to spend more money than you really should when you're shopping the sale is to shop on sale day. It's really important to make sure that your cart is all planned out before sale day happens, so that when sale day actually does happen, all you have to do is put in your code and check out. It is so tempting to add additional things to your cart, to spend more, to rationalize spending more if you're doing all of your shopping on sale day. So plan your cart in advance. And there are a few specific things that I always think about when I'm planning my cart to help me spend less and have less regret when my Sephora haul shows up. The first thing that I do is refamiliarize myself with my beauty collection. Look through all of my skincare, look through all of my makeup, open every single drawer, open every single palette, and really become an expert in my own collection. So that way, when I'm going on the website and I'm paging through all of the products, or I'm going to the store and I'm walking through all of the aisles, I'm not tempted by things that I know I already have in my collection. I don't need another nude eyeshadow palette because I already have 4. Because I just looked at my collection and I had 4. That really makes it a lot easier to go through your wish list and whittle down things that are going to be duplicates if you add them to your collection, and also things that you should put off so that you use up and pan out the things that you already have. Now, I'm not saying that every single thing in your collection, if it's dupable, you shouldn't pick it up. There are going to be some products where you have similar colors but you really want to try a new formula. That's fine, as long as you're making that decision knowing what's already in your collection and really thinking about whether adding a new thing that is potentially duplicative is going to make you feel regret over time. While you're at it, do a declutter. Go through your collection and get rid of things that are expired, old. Donate or give away things that you know you're just not going to use anymore, or recommit to using products that you've forgotten about that you really want to get some use out of. It's a great way to refamiliarize yourself with your collection even more deeply. And you might even find that something needs to be replaced because it's expired, so that you can add it to your wish list and you don't end up regretting later that you didn't pick up a backup of that concealer during the sale. That's what happened to me when I went through my collection very recently. I went through it a couple of days ago, and there are a few things that I learned. I don't need to buy any mascara. I don't need to buy any translucent powder, but I do need to pick up another foundation because I don't have enough to last me between now and November, which brings me to my next point. This is not the last sale. Remember, as exciting as this sale is, it's not actually that great of a discount. 15 or 10% off is really not that great. Like, depending on where you're living, you're barely saving more than you're paying in sales tax. So don't think about this as your only opportunity to save on your favorite beauty products that you've been lusting after however many months. There's gonna be another sale in November. Brands and other retailers are also gonna have sales between now and the end of the year. You're gonna have many more opportunities to get discounts. And even right now, some of the products that you may be thinking about as things that you'd love to pick up during the sale, you may be able to get better prices for them right now at other retailers. So make sure when you're looking at your wish list and you've built your cart that you take some time to actually price check those items. Do a little bit of history searching. Look for that brand plus sale plus 2018 and see what happened last year. Whatever happened last year is probably gonna happen this year too. So if you really want to pick up some expensive product or some out of reach product, but you wanna make sure that you get the best price, you might find that it might be better for you to wait a couple more months because that brand or another retailer put that product on sale or did a site-wide sale or something like that in May of 2018. So very likely they would do another sale in May May of 2019. So it could be a much better value for you to wait, hold off on purchasing during the Sephora sale, and actually purchase from an Ulta sale or the brand's own sale or from another store that you don't normally purchase from. Another thing that I would really recommend is that you figure out where the outlet stores are near you, whether it's TJ Maxx or Marshall's or Saks Off Fifth or Nordstrom Rack. All of those stores carry makeup, and you might be able to get the products that you're excited about at a much bigger discount if you wait a few months until those products show up at those outlet stores. In particular, I want to call out two outlet stores that most people haven't heard of. One is the cosmetics company store, and the other is the luxury beauty store. I don't have as much experience with the luxury beauty store. There aren't very many of them. I'm pretty sure it's a L'Oreal outlet, and L'Oreal owns a lot of brands, including premium brands as well, like Urban Decay. One that's definitely worth paying attention to is the cosmetics company store. There are a lot more of those across the country, and that's the Estee Lauder outlet. Estee Lauder owns a ton of brands, and when those brands have overstock or discontinued items, they go to the cosmetics company store, and they're usually there for somewhere between 40 and 70% off. One of the brands that Estee Lauder owns is Smashbox, and I got this Cover Shot palette for $6. You've double checked your collection and made sure that you're not gonna be duping yourself. You've price checked and made sure that this Sephora sale is the best price that you can reasonably expect to get. The next thing you wanna do is make sure that the products that you're interested in are actually at the quality level that you want them to be. Become an expert in those products. Read and watch reviews. Go in store and swatch them if you can. Really know for sure that that's a product that you wanna spend your hard-earned money on. Once you've done all three of those things, you have a cart that you're really happy with, a wish list that you're really happy with, then you wanna start whittling it down based on your budget. And the best way to do that is to prioritize your list. When I'm prioritizing my wish list and starting to add things to my cart, the first things that I add are essentials. And in my case, I'm gonna be adding the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer and the Moroccan Oil Hair Treatment. Now, these are products that I use every single day. They are absolutely ride or die products for me. And I know that I'm gonna run out of them between now and when the sale comes back in November. So those I'm definitely picking up. The next thing that I'll pick up is anything that is replacing something that I'm missing already. So I know I am gonna need to pick up a couple of serums because I'm really low on the serums that I am currently using. I haven't really chosen any, though by the time this video goes up, maybe I will have, and I'll have links to my entire shopping list in the description. But that is something that I'm going to be doing next because I want to make sure that when I run out of those things, I have something to replace them with. And there's no guarantee that I'm going to get the opportunity to purchase those products at a discount before they run out. The next thing that I start adding to my cart are things that are permanent products that I definitely want to have between now and November that are unlikely to go on sale. And in this case, there's just one of those, and that is Makeup Forever's new foundation, Matte Velvet Skin. That is a perfect foundation for the summer, and I don't have a summer foundation in my collection right now. Once you've added all of the unsexy things to your cart, your essentials, your replacements, and your backups, then it's time to have fun if you still have some room left over in your budget. In my case, I'm pretty sure I will because my budget is pretty generous this year, but I'm not actually sure if I'm going to spend that money, which is an important point. Just because you have budget left over doesn't mean you need to go trawling through the pages of Sephora.com or going through all of the aisles of your local Sephora store to find something to spend your beauty budget on. If you have all of your essentials and you don't really necessarily feel like you need to grab something fun, just check out. It's fine. You don't have to spend all of that money. And it would be much better for you to save it for the future or put it towards something else if there isn't something obvious that you know you want to pick up now. And the last tip I have is, again, no browsing on sale day. Make sure that you do all of this planning and researching and consideration ahead of sale day so that your cart is totally ready, or if you're going to be shopping in store, you know exactly what to beeline for. You have your little shopping list, because if you're browsing on sale day, you are far more likely to overspend or to to impulse buy on something that you haven't researched and might possibly end up being disappointed by. If you want to avoid regret this sale season, make sure that you do all of this research and preparation ahead of time and then just check out on sale day. So that's my anti-guide to the Sephora sale. I hope it helps you shop the sale more intentionally, more responsibly, and more mindfully. But don't just let this be the only time that you shop intentionally this year. Bring intentional shopping to all of the opportunities that you have to spend money on things to add to your life. Make sure that they are things that you actually need, things that you actually want, things that you'll actually use, that they're at the quality level that you expect, and that you're getting the best possible price. Intentional shopping is just one aspect of living an intentional life, and if you'd like to bring more intention and mindfulness to your life, you are in the right place, and I hope you'll subscribe. I make videos about intentionally designing your life for maximum happiness and minimal regret, and I think that you'll like some of the other videos that I have as well. That's it. Thank you so much for spending some of your precious time with me today. I'm Phoebe. This is Better with Phoebe. I hope you have a great day and an even better tomorrow, and I will see you next week.